Think the PSP was just for bite-sized games and anime cutscenes? Think again. Sony's sleek little handheld was a secret gold mine of jaw-dropping RPGs that somehow flew under everyone's radar while the big names hogged the spotlight. We're diving deep into turn-based treasures, action-packed sleepers, and wild genre mashups that deserved way more love than they got. So if you're into tactical grid battles, dungeon crawlers, or monster diplomacy with a drill, this list is your ticket to discovering the most criminally underrated RPG gems that will absolutely blow your mind. Time to dust off that PSP and dive in. Hexyz Force. You ever play an RPG that feels like two games smushed into one? And it actually works? Imagine stepping into a world where divine energy called Force isn't just spiritual mumbo-jumbo. It's currency, crafting material, and even your emergency medkit. The end of the world's coming. Classic RPG vibes. And the big question isn't who can stop it, but whether it even should be stopped. That's right. Your choices can lean into either creation or full-blown kaboom, depending on which of the two protagonists you vibe with more. A shy cleric with a divine scavenger hunt, or a knight with more questions than backup. Gameplay throws you into fields filled with random battles, shiny loot nodes that recharge after fights, and gear you can't buy. You gotta build it all yourself with force points. And forget basic inventory hoarding. Every Ragnafact, sacred weapon, you upgrade makes you feel like you're customizing your own holy lightsaber. Oh, and your weapons talk. Literally. That's either a cool feature or a red flag, depending on your last therapy session. Crimson Gem Saga. Luckless heroes, cursed gems, and one absurdly determined grad from Chevalier Academy. Sounds like a typical Tuesday in the world of Latane. Our protagonist, Kilian von Rokoff, just wanted a chill post-academy life, but nope. Destiny's got him chasing a legendary crimson gem that might as well have a "Do Not Touch, Cursed as Hell" sticker on it. As the reluctant chosen one, Kilian soon finds himself wrapped in a globe-trotting misadventure filled with shady scholars, gem cults, and allies who are as quirky as they are deadly. Now let's talk gameplay. The ambush system turns the act of bumping into enemies into a tactical dance-off. Sneak up from behind, and your party strikes first with the grace of synchronized chaos. Get caught slipping? Hope you enjoy an enemy full-team attack to the face. You've also got an upgrade system that lets you tailor weapons and skills to your style, plus tag-team combos that light up the battlefield with explosive synergy. 2 to 4 party members can combine moves, creating anime-level finishing blows that make you feel like a director of your own shonen battle sequence. Khemia Student Alliance. Welcome to the only school where your GPA depends on how many bombs you can crush, and whether your ghost classmate is cool with your group project. You're Vain Aurelius, a reluctant hermit with daddy issues. His dad's a legendary alchemist who vanished, classic. And your best friend is a talking cat named Sulfur. Life takes a chaotic turn when you're suddenly enrolled in Alrevis Academy, a magical Hogwarts but weirder, where classes involve dangerous ingredients, wild side quests, and surviving Flay, the school's self-declared defender of justice and part-time chaos gremlin. Unlike your usual grindfest RPG, leveling up here requires action points and recipe making. Want more health? Better cook that fire-resistant potion first. Battles are turn-based, with strategic tag-ins, chain attacks, and flashy finishing bursts that'll make you feel like you just summoned an anime finale. Combat is how you unlock your grow book, an alchemy-based upgrade tree that rewards the curious and punishes the lazy. Brave story, new traveller. 1 second you're glued to your PSP, the next you're inside a whole different world with a sword and a destiny. That's what happens when your best friend collapses and you make one innocent wish to heal her. Oops, you've just enrolled in the Multiverse Express. Welcome to a strange land where gem collecting isn't just shiny fun, it's your only way back home. But don't worry, this is a full-blown hero's journey with emotional stakes, dreamlike environments, and a plot that surprisingly punches you right in the feels. You'll journey across magical lands, assemble a party of oddly lovable companions, including one guy who looks like he bench presses dragons for breakfast, and take part in turn-based battles that are as polished as they are addictive. Combos, team synergy, skill animations, everything screams PSP at its finest. And just when you think it's all over, boom, the epilogue opens up with powerful guest characters and the Earth Rift. A bonus dungeon that's basically the RPG version of Let's See How Badly We Can Break You.
Who are you? What's that noise?
Blade Dancer, Lineage of Light. Ever show up to a mysterious island for a little soul searching and accidentally trip into a prophecy? That's what happens to Lance, our spiky-haired lead with a heroic name and no idea what's coming. He just wanted a quiet life, but the universe had other plans. Something about a 1,000-year-old curse, ancient evil stirring, and a glowing tattoo that basically screams Chosen One. Throw in a ragtag crew of quirky allies, and you've got yourself a recipe for world saving on a very tight schedule. Now, let's talk gameplay. You'll engage in real-time ready battles with a cool wait timer system that forces you to think before smashing the attack button. Stack up those loon abilities, flashy, powerful, and often your only hope when the bosses start hitting like freight trains. And if you're a fan of crafting, you're in luck. Nearly every weapon, item, and snack for your party is handmade by mashing loot together,
like a medieval Top Chef challenge.
Blazing Souls Accelate. Nothing says saving the world like accidentally getting roped into an apocalypse rerun while just trying to freelance in peace. That's exactly what happens to Zelos, a classic too cool for this mess mercenary who finds himself at the epicenter of a secret war over magical elemental cores. These glowing MacGuffins are powerful enough to either fix the scorched land of Neverland, no fairies here, just war trauma, or usher in a whole new dominant species. Humans? Yesterday's news. Say hello to human genomes, basically genetic overachievers with a superiority complex. Gameplay throws you into a tactical RPG rabbit hole with style. Battles don't even wait for a loading screen. Exploration and combat blend together in one slick motion. You can chain melee and ranged attacks across your squad, stack ridiculous combo chains like you're building a damage-layered sandwich, and unleash break arts that make the battlefield light up like a fantasy rave. And did I mention you can capture monsters Pokemon style and recruit them? Yeah, you're basically building your own bizarre fantasy wrestling team. Rengoku 2, The Stairway to Heaven. Climbing a tower is usually good cardio. Climbing a tower where each floor is named after a deadly sin and filled with angry robots trying to erase your existence. That's called character development. You play as Adam, no, not your average biblical reference, but a heavily armed battle android who's clearly having an existential meltdown. Instead of discovering humanity, he's slicing his way through a grim cyberpunk hellscape, searching for meaning, redemption, and maybe a firmware update. This game tosses you into a poetic meat grinder, loosely inspired by Dante's Divine Comedy, and dares you to crawl your way out. Each floor gets darker, weirder, and more mechanically twisted. The combat system is fast, raw, and surprisingly deep once you dig into the 300+ weapons available. Swords, lasers, flamethrowers. If it can maim, it's probably in your arsenal. You'll customize your loadout like a robo-chef, prepping for a full-course disassembly. The aesthetic is equal parts grimy tech and poetic dread, with haunting music and themes of love, loss and rage etched into every corridor. Completely bonkers in the best way, and easily one of the most overlooked Android angst simulators the PSP ever had. Dungeon Siege Throne of Agony. The world's falling apart, again, and somehow you got elected to fix it with a sword, a spellbook, or a giant hammer. Welcome to Arana, where post-cataclysm vacation plans go straight out the window, thanks to wild beasts, rogue druids, and one very moody, magical throne. You're given 3 heroes to choose from, each with their own tragic backstory and upgrade paths. But the real fun? Tagging along with a customizable companion, who's either a magic-slinging maniac or a meat shield with sass. Swap them out like tactical Pokemon and embrace the chaos. Combat ditches the PC clickfest roots and goes full action RPG on your PSP. You control your hero directly with the analog stick. Hack, slash, dodge, loot, repeat. No random mobs every 2 feet either. Fights are more spaced out, giving every skirmish some weight. Plus, ad hoc multiplayer means you and a buddy can combine powers like an awkward fantasy buddy cop duo. White Knight Chronicles Origins. So what happens when you mix fantasy warfare, transforming mechs, and a steampunk train full of mercenaries? You get dropped into a 1,000-year-old war where you're not the chosen one. You're just one very determined grunt with a big sword and even bigger ambition. As a rookie in the Mobile Corps, your job is to ride a weaponized train into the war-torn no man's and hope your squad of hired weirdos can survive long enough to grab loot, complete missions, and maybe stop an empire powered by mystical death knights. Casual, right? The gameplay lets you slash and strategize in real time, using customizable function palettes that let you prep your combos like a turn-based chef plating destruction. But the real juice? The Optimus transformation, a super mode that turns you into a hulking medieval Gundam with screen-shaking attacks. You'll chain combos, tank hits, and look absolutely majestic doing it. You can expand your train HQ, recruit new allies, and even transfer data from the PS3 sequel for sweet bonus content. Online quests? Yep. Crafting gear from rare materials? You bet. It's ambitious, deeply customizable, and criminally overlooked outside Japan. These forgotten heroes of the Dogma Wars deserved better, and so does this game.
To see you. Who are you?
It's me, your granddaughter. I wrote to say I'd be coming to live with you. Remember?
Oh, so you did.
Gurumin, a monstrous adventure. Most kids move in with their grandpa and maybe find an attic full of cobwebs or an old rocking chair. Parin? She finds a hidden monster village, becomes its honorary hammer-wielding protector, and starts wrecking evil ghost things called phantoms like it's just another school day. This girl's got no time for chores. She's out here saving invisible friends and swinging a legendary drill like it's the world's sassiest jackhammer. Gameplay hits that Falcom sweet spot. Tight controls, real-time brawls, and surprisingly deep customization. You'll chain attacks, drill dash through foes, and earn gear that gives you actual fashion power-ups. Think Zelda-style dungeons with a sugar rush, complete with tricky traps, puzzles, mini-games, and bosses that range from slightly grumpy to existentially terrifying. Oh, and it's fully voice-acted by a cast that could easily headline a Saturday morning cartoon. Between its 30-plus non-linear stages, secret modes, and weapon upgrades, you'll be knee-deep in adorable chaos for over 30 hours and loving every pastel pixel of it. It may look like a cute weekend romp, but underneath that bubbly exterior lies a criminally overlooked action RPG with more heart than a Valentine's sale. Class of Heroes. Who knew enrolling in a magical academy meant constantly dodging death in dungeons and praying your alchemy homework doesn't blow up in your face? Welcome to Particus Academy, where your classmates include sassy sprites, brooding drakes, and the occasional thieving halfling with sticky fingers and a heart of gold. You're not here for grades. You're here to survive monster-infested labyrinths, build a 6-student death squad, and maybe, just maybe, pass that exam in Goblin Annihilation. This one's pure dungeon-crawling nostalgia, sprinkled with stat-crunching and anime-style mayhem. You'll create your party from scratch, picking from 10 races, dozens of class combinations, and personalities that either click or absolutely loathe each other. Want to pair a Diablon with a Celestian? Hope you like party drama and side-eye during boss fights. Combat is old school and row-based. If you're melee tanks stuck in the back, you're going to have a bad time. The tension gauge adds flair with special gambits, and dungeon traps love to humble even the cockiest explorer. Oh, and if a revive fails twice, that character is gone forever.
Get ready.
Engage!
A warrior activate.
Ready? Attack!
I'll hit you in 2.
It worked!
Knights in the Nightmare. If tactical RPGs, bullet hell shooters, and existential crises had a chaotic baby, it'd look something like this. You don't play as a knight here, you play as a wisp. A literal glowing soul, drifting through ruined castles, dodging magical artillery, while micromanaging the ghosts of dead warriors like an undead project manager with PTSD. Your mission? Recruit the shattered souls of fallen knights to stop an apocalyptic demon fueled by broken oaths, angel drama, and a Valkyrie with trust issues. Each battle is real-time madness. You direct your ghostly army by dragging your wispy self across the battlefield while dodging screens full of enemy projectiles. Touch the wrong bullet, lose precious time. Touch the right corpse, you just found a soul with a tragic backstory and a killer special move. Equipment has durability, characters have vitality, and every fight is a chess match dipped in a Danmaku smoothie. And the story? Emotionally devastating. Split souls, divine betrayals, and an entire world caught in the crossfire of heaven, hell, and bureaucracy. It's like playing a Shakespearean tragedy on hard mode with stylus controls.
Let's do it!
Riviera, the Promised Land. When your divine boss tells you to destroy the world to save it, you'd probably ask for a second opinion. Ein, however, just nods, grabs his scythe, and prepares to unalive some demon. But things get complicated when he lands in a quiet little world called Riviera, befriends 4 magical waifus, and starts rethinking that whole end existence agenda. Cue an epic crisis of angelic duty, monster smashing, and maybe, just maybe, a bit of blushing between battles. What sets this game apart is how it flips the RPG script. No free movement, no item hoarding, no grind-heavy menus. You explore through triggers that cost trigger points, resources you earn in battle and must spend wisely. The combat is tight and strategic, with limited use items, team formations, and a gloriously dramatic overdrive gauge that unlocks ridiculously flashy overskills when maxed. Pick your party carefully because each girl uses items in wildly different ways. A healing wand for Fia might just be a fireball launcher for Sierra. Between the Norse myth flavor, emotional plot, dating sim elements, and weapon durability heartbreaks, this one's an absolute gem. Sweet, sad, and smartly designed, like if Fire Emblem and Persona had a moody, romantic PSP baby. Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade. Fresh off a tournament win and barely done wiping the sweat from your armor, you return to find your mountaintop city under siege by giant spiders and political drama thicker than a dwarven stew. Welcome to H.E.A.V.E.N, the last sky-high sanctuary of humanity, now crawling with corrupted nobles, mutant horrors, and a dark curse that's turning rulers into final bosses. As the newly crowned guardian, you're handed a weapon, a title, and about 5 seconds to figure out how to stop a supernatural apocalypse. No pressure. This one's all about that real-time loot and slash action. Pick from 4 classes: Righteous Knight, Beast Mode Berserker, Potion Happy Alchemist, or Leafy Druid, and dive into a world where every dungeon begs to be ransacked and every monster just wants a hug of your blade. Quests pile up faster than you can sort your inventory, and co-op via ad hoc means you and 3 friends can form a deadly medieval mop-up crew. The loot loop is addictive, the combat crunchy, and the voice acting, well, it's earnest. It might not be the flashiest title, but it's pure action RPG comfort food. Hack, slash, save the city, and try not to fall off the edge of the floating map. Underrated? Absolutely. There you have it. 14 PSP RPGs that didn't just fly under the radar, they practically burrowed into the handheld's hidden vault of greatness. Each one brought something bold, weird, or downright brilliant to the table and got lost in the noise of bigger franchises. But now they're yours to rediscover. So grab your charger, summon your party, and start that next underrated quest today. Your mind officially blown.
Yeah, and they're really dangerous.
Ha! My pretty tornado kick will teach them a thing or two.
That's some kick. But these phantoms mean business.